Well, hello there, everyone. Some of you may remember me. My name, Mobius1. Some of you may remember this game. The game, Star Wars Galaxies. Many of you have probably met me or come across my channel due to this game, and because of that, it may have concerned you that I hadn't posted any videos in this game for nearly a month now. I did have to take a short break from the game, but those of you who have been following me on Steam or Facebook have probably been seeing the hype a little bit about me posting a video this weekend, along with a big announcement that I'm trying to do something to make it up to my fans, or my viewers, you guys, those of you watching the video right now, for not posting a video in so long. So this is it. This video is basically going to be two things. One, it's going to be another educational video about a topic of Star Wars Galaxies that I haven't covered yet. And it's also going to be an announcement. So, let's get the educational part out of the way, which is also sort of giving away the announcement. But when I was sitting down trying to think of what topic I would want to do next, I was trying to think of the topics that I haven't covered yet, and I've gotten a lot of requests for different topics, all of which I plan on doing videos for at some point. But the one that I probably got the most of, which I've also wanted to do, but at the same time not wanted to do because I don't know how much time this is going to require me to invest, was on guild creation. So this video is going to be on how to create and manage a guild, and what better way to teach someone how to create and manage a guild other than to create and manage a guild. So that's the announcement. I am, as of now, as of the end of this video, basically, going to be creating a guild in Star Wars Galaxies on the Basilisk server that is going to be pretty much open. We'll get into that towards the end of the video. I'm going to get the educational part out of the way. And actually, I'd been sitting here for probably 20 minutes now, trying to create a little bullet point on my second monitor of different things that I wanted to talk about, which is usually what I do when I sit down to record a video, just so I don't accidentally leave anything out, but I couldn't even get through that. I just wanted to jump right in and film this. So I'm basically going to be winging this. So if I leave something out, when I go back to edit the video, if I notice something that I wanted to say, I will put a little annotation or check the video description. There's going to be some important information in the video description, which I'll mention later. But for now, let's just dive right in and see how I do. Alright, so first things first. If you're going to start a guild, you're going to need one of these. This is a guild hall. I've talked about them before in my housing videos. You can see I named it Mobius's Grand YouTube Hall. There are 4 different types of guild halls in Star Wars Galaxies. There is a Naboo guild hall, a Corellian guild hall, a generic guild hall, and a Tatooine guild hall. Now, the Naboo, Corellia, and generic guild halls all share the same floor plan. In other words, this one right here, this is a Naboo guild hall. This structure is essentially going to be exactly the same as both the Corellian and the generic guild halls. Now, they do have different themes, different styles. You can see this, since this is a Naboo hall, it has a very royal, very regal Naboo look to it. Now, the Corellian and the generic guild halls do look different, but they are essentially the same structure. Now, the Tatooine guild hall, on the other hand, is a completely different floor plan. The Tatooine guild hall is arguably one of the coolest structures in Star Wars Galaxies, but I just love the planet Naboo so much that I had to start the guild here. This is also in the same location that you saw in my housing video. Excuse me. So for those of you that want to come build houses out here, you can see a few other viewers have already built some houses around. You're more than welcome to come place a structure down. But let's continue this for now. So we're going to come in here. First thing you're going to want to do when you get a guild hall is come over to the side here. And obviously in the Tatooine Guild Hall, you're going to have to locate your Structure Management Terminal. Now, the Guild Hall acts pretty much the same as any other house in Star Wars Galaxies. There's a maintenance pool. You're going to want to pay maintenance. I believe a Guild Hall consumes 100 credits an hour, so you're going to want to put quite a bit of money into this in order to keep it maintained. But other than that, it works just like a regular house. It is also important to note that a guild hall consumes 5 lots. Also, again, from my housing video, if you open your character sheet and go to your personal tab, right here at the bottom of this first window it says lots remaining. You can see right now I have 5 out of the 10 maximum lots remaining. That's because this structure is my only structure. So if you are going to place a guild hall, you're cutting your available lots in half instantly. So it's, kind of up to you on which character you want to found the guild hall, or can create the guild hall with. So the way this differs than a guild or than a typical house is this also has a guild management terminal. And this is Arthreles, by the way, one of my alts. He's going to be helping me today. Alright, so if I examine this guild management terminal, you have 2 options. Examine, which is, the same thing that you could do with anything, or create guild. So we're going to go ahead and create guild. It's going to ask you to name your guild. Guild names must be between 1 and 25 characters in length. Now, when I decided to make this video, if you watched my first episode when I was trying to name the character that I started this whole series with, naming things is a very difficult process for me. I initially wanted to name the guild Dissident Elite as a throwback to the guild that I had led back in the live version of Star Wars Galaxies. But ultimately I decided against that because Dissident Elite was a rebel-only guild that was very active in PvP, and that's not really what I'm aiming for here. So instead, I've decided to go with, and this name is subject to change. Who knows? As more members join, maybe we'll take a vote and see if we want to rename it. But for now, we're going to go with SWG University. SWG Uni. It's kind of an homage to the EVE Uni. For anyone who's ever played EVE Online, there's a corporation in EVE that is dedicated solely to teaching other players how to play the game. So why not adopt their idea, their mission, so to speak, and make an SWG Uni. After you name the guild, you're going to create a guild abbreviation, and this is the tag that pops up next to your character's name whenever you're targeted. So, SWG-U will be our guild tag. And that's it. I clicked OK, and now, when I target myself with the F1 key, you can see Mobius Moon, SWG-U. The guild has been created. That's all it is. Now, guilds do require a minimum of 5 members in order to maintain themselves. So you have 1 week from the time that you found your guild to get 5, or I should say 4 additional members, because you as the guild leader count as a member, of course. Otherwise, the guild will automatically disband itself. Now, it doesn't cost anything to start a guild, so you don't really lose anything if you don't get your 5 members in a week. But it's probably a good idea to get some people on deck before you buy yourself a guild hall, just so you have them ready. Now, in order to invite someone to the guild, and this is what Arthreles is going to help us out with, since Galaxies doesn't have a guild window, like there is no shortcut key to open a guild screen. You have a friends list and ignore list, and that's really it. A lot of modern MMOs, you press like the G key, for example, and your guild screen pops up and gives you a list of all the guild members, who's online, who's offline, etc. Galaxies doesn't have that. So, and there also is no command that you can type in to invite someone to the guild. In order to invite someone to the guild, both you and the person you're inviting have to be physically near the guild management terminal. So both players have to come to the guild hall. The person who's inviting is going to click in and hold on the guild management terminal, and you're going to go to member management. You're going to go to sponsor for membership. So I'm going to go to that. It's going to say enter the name of the person to sponsor for membership, and it's even going to remind you the person must be nearby. So I'm going to type in Arthreles' name, and it's not case sensitive, so you can just type it in all lowercase, however you want to do it. Click OK. Now, When you do that, now you're not going to be able to see this, but I'm going to have to Alt-Tab over to Arth Rayleigh's screen. He gets a little pop-up on his screen that says, so-and-so wishes to sponsor you for membership in the guild. Accepting this will cancel your sponsorship for any other guilds. Do you accept sponsorship? And he can say either yes or no. So he's going to say yes. And you can see now on Mobius' screen, I get 2 system notifications. You sponsor Arth Rayleigh's for membership at SWG-University, and Arth Rayleigh says accepted. Now also, if I open up my mail window, you also get a mail from SWG-University. It says Mobius Moon has sponsored Arth Rayleigh's for membership in the guild. Cool. But you notice he doesn't have the tag next to his name yet. That's because he's not actually in the guild. Now, someone in the guild who has permission to accept people into the guild will come here, go to member management, and now they have a different option. It says sponsored in past tense for membership. So if I go here, this gives me a list. It says these are people currently sponsored for membership in the guild. If you have permission, you may select them from the list and press OK to accept or decline their membership. So joining a guild is actually a 2-step process in Galaxies. First, someone has to sponsor you for membership, and then after you've been sponsored, somebody else who usually, is higher in the chain of command or whatever, can either accept or decline your membership after you've been sponsored. So actually, I really like that system because that allows, and actually this is what I'm planning on doing, I'm basically going to give every member that joins the guild the ability to sponsor someone. So if you have a friend who wants to join the guild, you can bring them out to the guild hall and sponsor them even when I'm not online. That way I know, hey, so-and-so wants their friend so-and-so to join the guild. And then when I get online, I can, talk to that person, find out a little bit about them, and either accept or decline them at that point. Those of you who have watched some of my Storytime episodes know that when I did run a guild back in Live, I interviewed every single member that wanted to join my guild to ensure that we had, high quality member base, because I strongly believe in quality over quantity. And I plan on continuing that practice in the SWG-Emu as well. It worked really well for us in Live. We had a server famous guild, so I'm hoping. I'm not saying I'm hoping that we can become server famous or anything, but the possibility is always there. So we'll see how it goes. Alright, so here, now I'm going to click Arth Rayleigh's name, click OK, and I can either accept or decline. I'm going to accept him. You accept Arth Rayleigh's for membership in SWG-University. You can see he now has the tag, and we got another mail saying that Mobius Moon has accepted Arth Rayleigh as a guild member. Now this is important because since Galaxies doesn't have that guild page that you can look at all the members' names, you can actually come to the guild management terminal. If you go to guild management, go to guild information, it will tell you the name of the guild, how many members. Go to member management and go to guild members. That gives you a list of everyone in the guild. But these mails are actually probably the best way to do it. Every time someone is invited to the guild, and every time someone joins every time someone joins the guild, and even when someone leaves the guild, you get a mail letting you know that what has happened. So what I recommend, since the game doesn't have a built-in guild member list that you can access from anywhere, I recommend every time someone joins the guild that you add them to your friends list, maybe even with a little comment saying that they're in the guild. Though the Galaxy's comments have been known to erase themselves from time to time, it's probably not a bad idea to do that. But I will get into a little bit of guild communication a little bit later on. So let's look at some of the other things that the guild leader can do at the guild management terminal. Obviously I showed you guild information. You then have guild enemies. So this is basically where you can start and accept guild wars. So it says this is the guild war status for your guild. Guilds are preceded with equals, greater than, or less than to signify guilds you are mutually at war with, guilds you have declared war on which have not declared war on you in return, and guilds which have declared war on you but you have not declared war on in return respectively. If you have permission for declaring war, you may perform the following operations. To cancel a declaration of war, select a guild, okay, blah blah blah. Basically, Galaxies has guild wars. Two guilds that declare war on each other are basically put in open PvP with each other. So if but the cool thing is it has to be consensual from both sides. So I mean, that's a good thing for us, particularly with the number of trolls that are playing in the emulator right now, that if somebody tries to declare war on my guild, it's not going to put any of our members in harm's way unless we declare war back on them. But it can be a fun thing to do, especially for guilds that are more PvP oriented, that you can basically just have all-out brawls in different cities with other guilds that you're at war with. So we're not going to do that. What else can we do? Transfer PA hall lots to myself. This is in case you ever decide to transfer PA leadership. So if I were to make Arthreles the guild leader right now, technically, since this guild hall is Mobius's structure, Arthreles would be the guild leader for my guild hall. But if I ever wanted my guild hall lots back, Arthreles has the option to basically take over the house, which is really useful. We could disband the guild, change guild name, enable elections, a few different things. But the only other thing that I want to go over right now is if I go to guild members, this is going to give you a list of all the guild members, I believe in order of them being invited, because it's obviously not in alphabetical order. It might just be a random order, who knows. When I'm going to click on Arthreles, I'm going to click OK. I can either kick him from the guild, I can give him a title, which really, the titles are kind of arbitrary right now. They're not even displayed anywhere, so there's really not a point to giving someone a title right now. Change permissions. So if I go to change permissions, I get a list of all the different things that he can do. You can see these are the current permissions set for this %tu is supposed to be his name. Permissions preceded by a plus are currently allowed, and those preceded by a minus are not. Select a permission and press OK to toggle it. So we have mail, sponsor, title, accept, kick, war, change guild name, and disband guild. And then you can see they're all preceded with minuses. Well, since Arthreles is my alt, I basically want him to be able to do everything that I can. So I'm going to click each of these, and unfortunately you have to do it individually. And click OK. And you can see all the little minuses change to little pluses. So basically, Arthreles now has the permission to do all of these. And that's basically what I said I'm going to do, is I'm going to give everyone who joins the guild the option to, or the permission to sponsor new people to the guild, but they will not have permission to accept. That's going to be reserved for me currently, and at some point I'm sure those of you who have been around for a while will probably I'll probably end up promoting some people to higher positions in the guild. They'll be able to handle some of this for me, because I definitely don't want to be the only one running this thing for too long. But yeah, you could send guild-wide emails just by typing the word guild in the to field of a mail. You can send a mail to the entire guild. And yeah, pretty much the rest of these are self-explanatory. So that's it. So now Arthreles has permission to do all of those things as well. That's all there is to managing a guild. We're both in SWG-U now. So there's the announcement. If anyone wants to join, basically the whole mission of the guild, like I said before, is going to be kind of for new players who are joining the game and are looking for a guild that was going to help them learn some of the finer aspects of the game. It's also going to be for anyone who's willing to help new players learn the game. So if or you know what, heck, it's for anyone who just wants to join the guild. Right now, I'm not going to restrict factions, so Rebel, Imperial, Neutral, whatever profession you are, whatever you're interested in doing in Galaxies, whether it's PvP, PvE, crafting, dancing, exploring, whatever you want to do. Just, get a hold of me. And speaking of getting a hold of me, prior to today, the only ways people were really able to interact with me was either in-game, which when I'm not on, obviously you can't do. Commenting on my videos has always been the method of communication that I've kind of pushed, because whenever a comment is posted, I still get an email sent to my phone immediately, and I respond to them as soon as I can. I do have the Facebook page and the Steam group that people have joined, which they're still going to continue to exist, so feel free to join them. But now, with the founding of this guild, I actually went ahead and rented a TeamSpeak server. For those of you who don't know, TeamSpeak is a free program that you can use to do voice communication through your computer, if you have like a headset or a microphone. And I'm going to put the IP to the server in the video description. So if you have TeamSpeak, go ahead and I'll put the download link as well. So if you don't have it, you can go there. Look in the video description for the download link. Download it, and then put the IP in to the connect field. Give yourself a nickname and join the server. If I'm on my computer, I'm probably going to be on TeamSpeak as well. So if people join, I'll gladly chat with you guys. Maybe we can join up and have some community events. It's definitely going to be what we're going to use if we ever run a community event, which, don't worry, stick around. I'm going to be organizing some community events such as crate dragon hunts, races, scavenger hunts. Who knows? Maybe some other oddball things thrown in there. But yeah, it's going to be another great way to communicate with the community. And as of now, it's going to be left open. We'll see how I decide to manage that going forward from here. But yeah, as long as your nickname is appropriate, feel free to join. And I think that's it. There is a guild chat I forgot to mention. So once you join the guild, you'll be given a guild chat thing, guild chat tab, so you can type back and forth. You see Arthreles and I, hi, how are you? He responded. But like I said earlier, since there isn't really a best way to see who in the guild is online unless you've added everyone to your friends list, I think being on TeamSpeak while being in game is probably the best way to get a hold of people. I think that's it. I'm trying to think if I've left anything out. I do not believe anything has been left out. I think we're good. So, thanks for watching again, guys. I'm glad to be back. I hope to see some of you in TeamSpeak. Like and subscribe if you haven't already subscribed. I'm definitely going to have more videos coming in the near future. I picked up a bunch of other games that I want to start some series for. And hopefully you guys like the new outro music. So, thanks for watching again, guys. And I will see you... I will see you next time.